When you begin your game development journey, sometimes it's hard to know what to expect and understand how hard game development can be. So hopefully this video will shed some light on some things you can expect and just validate some of the feelings you might have when you're starting out. Welcome back to the Space Wheel channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the journey. First off, a kind of sad reality is you never feel like you can master one skill when developing games. And this especially is true for solo developers because it's just like you have so many hats you have to wear and so many things that are needing to be done that you just can't do them all to like a master's level. Now I think of this almost like a Sims character. So instead of having a meter for food, rest, and hygiene and things like that, think of these meters as programming, art, marketing, etc. You know, there's plenty more, but we'll stick to those three. Now these meters have notches. There's one for bad, decent, good, pro, master. Now once you spend some time working on a skill and you're doing art for your game, that meter's constantly increasing. You could start from bad and work yourself up to decent, then get to good, and then right as you're about to break through that barrier to the next level and try to, hit pro or master, then you have to switch hats and you have to start programming. And just like a Sims character, that meter is still depleting. When you're not working on that skill, it's depleting while you're doing programming. And your programming skill's starting to level up and you're starting to get better, but your art is taking the back seat. And it's so hard to accept that, because for me, I love art more than anything when I'm making games, but I feel like it has to take the back seat so much. It's like every program has a bunch of shortcuts and hotkeys, but if you're working within 10 different programs, then it's hard to remember each different hotkey for each different program, and it's something that you have to just look up. But now the good thing about this is that you don't have to be a master at any skill to have fun making games, so just have fun. And back in the day when The Sims had just came out, my family was super obsessed with this game, and we had to set 1 hour timers for us to change in and out for us to play the game. And when my timer was running out, I would always set it up a few extra minutes because I gotta get that promotion. Cha-ching. Now, comparing yourself to other game devs, this is just bound to happen. I think that we all do it because you have to watch people to learn. I've been at this for a while now, and I still don't feel like I'm as good as 90% of the people that I watch. I've been working on learning shaders recently, and watching somebody plug in a multiply, saturate, divide, append, I'm sitting here and my brain's on overload, and I feel like my work area is starting to become a fire hazard because there's sparks flying from my brain, and I don't understand half the things that they're doing. I really need to replace those batteries. But a lot of this stuff just doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't make me want to quit. It's just, I know that my knowledge is not there yet, but there's just something inside me that really wants to learn exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same way. You'll sit there and watch somebody and it really just doesn't make any sense. But in order to be able to customize it to your own ability, you have to learn it. You're gonna feel like sometimes that people are miles ahead of you when you're watching them, like how do they know how to do this? And that's perfectly normal. If you start out this next year developing games and then at the end of the year you look back on how much that you've learned, you'll be so impressed with yourself and you might be halfway decent. No, you honestly will be very surprised. And I'm gonna go ahead and connect this segment to devlogs because devlogs are very misleading. Even now, I'm working on devlogs for my own game and I haven't even posted any because right now I just feel like I don't have anything worthy to watch, or there's really not much to it. So when you're seeing these devlogs that are saying I made this game in a week, just throw up a wall, don't pay attention to it. Either they've been working on games for 10 plus years or they're buying a ton of asset packs and just throwing them together. If you made it this far in the video, I hope you like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and it's very much appreciated. And when you're first starting out, there's a 98% chance that your first game is just gonna fail. So just expect it. Now this of course depends on what failure means to you. My goal with Mother's Home was to release a game in a year and make as much money as I could off of it to put back into the next game. Now financially, this game was probably a failure, but the other half of that was to release a game in a year. So I 50% made my goal and 50% sucked. But in the end, I really just enjoyed watching people play this game. It's like another level of satisfaction when you get to see people enjoy your game. So when you're setting goals for your game, especially if it's your first, just make sure you're setting goals that are reasonable and something that you can obtain. Everyone wants the release of their game to be equivalent to the days where people would camp outside of GameStop to get a copy of Halo. But now,
We got it! Woo!
GameStop's dead. And Halo, pretty much dead. And now nobody's camping. Camping sucks. Just set reasonable goals. But most importantly, if you're getting into game development, have fun. Developing games is always going to throw you a curveball and you never know really what to expect. So just remind yourself of the end goals that you have and keep in mind why you even started. And it was probably to have fun. It is so much fun. Regardless of the moments that you're going to feel stupid or imposter syndrome takes you like the plague, it really just comes down to not comparing yourself to others and living up to expectations that really don't matter. All that matters is that you stay on this journey and don't let the bad times bring you down to where you don't know why you even started. Development is like a sandbox, a very complex one with some areas being quicksand that can drag you down pretty quickly. But it's extremely fun, and when you look back on some of your earliest projects, you'll laugh at them, and when you look at some of the projects that you'll be doing in the future, you'll be so happy you stuck with it. That's it for me though. Good luck on your journey, and let's make 2025 the best year of indie games that the world has ever seen.